Hey guys, so before the video starts, I just wanted to mention that in the description of all my videos is our official Discord server that you can join now. It is open and it's got a ton of amazing channels that you can join to meet people in the community, get help with your mods, get help with plugin development, or just Java in general. We've also got things like a starboard so you can show off your work and rate it with stars. We've got bots that have custom economies, memes that you can send to friends, a idle Minecraft mining game that's really fun to play, as well as just general chat channels and all sorts of great stuff. So I really hope that you join. The link is in the description, and there really is something for everyone over here, so definitely come check it out. Hey guys, it's Thomas here with Technovision, and welcome to some Minecraft modding for 1.16. In this episode, we're not going to be doing any coding, but we are going to be reorganizing all of our classes and packages into a new format that I think will be a lot better for you guys. So definitely watch this video so that you're not left behind in understanding where the classes are in the newer videos or tutorials to come. And the reason I'm doing this is because I recently talked to another Minecraft modding YouTuber named Wordy on Discord, and we decided that it would be best if our packages sort of lined up with each other more or less. They're not going to be exact, but I'm going to be copying his structure somewhat so that those of you who finish my videos and are looking for more but can't seem to make the switch to Turdy's videos, it's going to be an easy transition for you and you can come back and forth between our videos, no problem hopefully. So that's why I'm doing this, and yeah, let's just get right into it. We got to get through a lot of stuff, so bear with me here. First thing I want to do, for sure, we've got a bunch of unnecessary packages here. Like we've got our mod armor material and our mod item tier in their own packages, even though we're not really going to put anything else in these, because I'm just going to throw my like advanced tools and armor into items at the end of the day. So what we can do is we can create a new package in the world folder, and not world, sorry, util, and create a new package. And I want to name this just enums, because we want to just store all of our enums in one place, because it is like a utility class essentially. So we can just drag our mod item tier into enums, refactor, and we can drag our mod armor material into enums as well, refactor. And now we have both our mod armor material and our mod item tier. Again, these are our like armor and tool like tier classes into a enums package in util. So that means we can now delete the tools folder, and we can delete the armor folder as well. There we go, a lot cleaner. Now, another thing that I want to do is I want to, I'm gonna leave blocks and items out in the open. Wordy has them in objects folder, but I'm just gonna leave them out because it shouldn't really matter too much. I mean, it's just one extra package. But another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, and this is a big one here, I'm going to remove the registry handler. And essentially what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put all of the items that we have into their own separate item class, and then I'm going to put all the blocks that we have in their own separate block class. And I'm doing this for a few reasons, and it's actually something that I would recommend you do whenever you make a mod. Essentially what it'll do is it'll allow you to organize everything by type. So like if you want to access an item, instead of doing registry handler dot and then trying to like find the item through a huge list of stuff, you can just do mod items dot and then find the item super easily. That's how it should be, and it's my mistake that I did it this way from the beginning, so I apologize for that. But to make it better, what we can do is we can come over to our main package here, create a new package, and we're just going to name this init, which stands for initialization. You could also name it like registry or registries, either of those is fine. And we're going to create a new class in here, and the first one is going to be mod items. And again, you can replace mod with the name of your mod if you want, like tutorial items, that's fine too. And inside of here, we're going to first copy our items deferred register from registry handler. Let me close out these and paste it in. There we go. And then, so we have our items deferred register, and now we need to paste in all of our actual registry objects. So grab all of the objects that are items. So you want to ignore like blocks here, but you want to grab all of these items here and paste them in right below. And we also want to grab as well our block items, because even though they're called block items, they're still technically items that are registered in the items registry, deferred registry. So we have to copy those as well. Let me get the tag there, the comment. All right, paste this in below, and there we go. So now we can actually delete all of these here except for blocks because we want to keep that, of course. All right, so all of our items are gone now. We can get rid of it from the init here, and we can get rid of the deferred register too. Now, there's a few things you have to do because the blocks are no longer in the same class. To access blocks for your block items, you're gonna have to access them from the block class once we set it up. So just keep that in mind. These will be red here, but we'll fix that in a second. So with this registry handler class, what you can do is we can create a new class in init package here, create a new Java class, and I'm just gonna name this mod blocks. And we can add a repository, and I'm just gonna copy everything that I've got in registry handler left over, and we'll paste it in. And you wanna get rid of this like init method here because we're not gonna use that anymore. We'll replace it with something else. So there we go. We've got our mod blocks package or class rather here with our blocks and our deferred register for blocks. And we've got our mod items here with our deferred register for items and all of the different item types. If you really wanted to go like super overboard, you could also, I think, make like your own class for tools and armor, but that's a little ridiculous in my opinion, just because they are still items and they're registered under this. So you'd be making multiple instances of this deferred register, kind of unnecessary. So you don't need to do that. But to fix this error here with our items, you can see that they're red here. To access a Ruby block now or any of your custom blocks, now what you're gonna do is type mod blocks dot, and then you have a list of blocks. You can see it's way cleaner and it just gives you exactly what you need right away. So we want our Ruby, I think it was Ruby block, right? Yeah, Ruby block. And then once again for the OR, we're gonna do mod blocks dot Ruby OR. And then for the oven, mod blocks dot oven. So hopefully you're seeing why I'm doing this. It's a lot cleaner. And yeah, and I'm also going to do a few other things. So I'm going to move our Lambda statements down on the second line here. So every single line where the, right where this, I guess it's called a supplier starts, you can just move this down. And I think this will be a lot cleaner for us to look at our code in videos so you can reference it. I've got a few suppliers that I did not start very well to begin with, like separating them on two separate lines, so we can fix that. You don't have to do this again. This is just a personal thing that I'm gonna do, just so it lines up with Turdy's videos, and also just because I think it's easier to see on the GitHub page, pretty much. And again, we can do it here. Move those suppliers down, make a space between each item. So much cleaner. It's gonna be so much easier for you to find everything you need, especially if you have like hundreds of items. That's gonna be a nightmare with the current system we have, so definitely keep that in mind. All right, so we've got everything on a new line, and then, I mean, you don't have to do it with these ones because some of our items here are just basic items that have a really simple supplier, so no need to really move those to a separate line. But if you want, you can move them to a separate line here. So there we go. We've got all of our mod items set. So now in the future, I'm just gonna show right here, whenever you want to, or I guess I shouldn't show here because this is the class. Let's just go in our old registry handler class here. In the future, whenever you want to access your custom items, you're gonna type mod items dot, and then you can choose your item from this list. If you want to access custom blocks, you can do mod blocks dot, and then there are your blocks. So a lot easier, a lot cleaner. No more registry handler, so keep that in mind. So we have to delete our registry handler class actually. We can delete it real quick. Delete anyway. And you're gonna get a ton of errors because remember that we've used registry handler in pretty much every single class that we access our items. So we're gonna have to go through every class. I know it's like annoying, but we're gonna go through every class and we're going to change registry handler to the corresponding class. So we can get rid of this init method because we will be fixing that in a second. We want our Ruby here for our custom item tab. This is registry handler. It's Ruby, so it's an item. So mod items. We can import that. And let's just make sure, yeah, there we go. Okay, so mod items to access our Ruby. Let's see, where else would we be using registry handler? I believe not in blocks, not in events, most likely. So mod client events, where all of your events are. Change registry handler here. This is a block, so Ruby, or not Ruby, mod blocks rather. There we go. We can change poison apple here to mod items because poison apple was an item, if you remember. Import class. Yeah, and let's see what else. All right, so that's all the registry handlers in here. I don't believe there's any in mod server events. Yeah. Then we want to make sure that in mod armor material as well. Yeah, there we go. So we access our Ruby here from registry handler. Now we need to do mod items. Import that really quickly. And anywhere else in here? Nope. Mod item tier. Yes, we have to also do mod items to get our Ruby. There we go. So import class, not too hard. As long as you know Java, this shouldn't be too big of a deal, which you should know Java anyway. So, and I believe that is it. Maybe mod orgen. Yeah, so, and then last one is mod orgen, it seems. So in mod orgen, for our Ruby or, we want mod blocks to access it. And import class, and we can just paste that for all the other ones because we are accessing our Ruby or here. So there we go. Yeah. File, save all. And I believe that is all of the errors that are necessary to fix. All right, cool. So we can close all of these. Now what we need to do is actually register our items. So to do that, come to your main class here, your tutorial class, and you want to go to your constructor here, and right below where you get the mod event bus and add listeners and stuff, you want to register for each of the classes we made. So we've got, if we open init here, mod blocks and mod items. So first you're gonna wanna do mod blocks because they have to be added first to the game. So mod blocks dot register, and then you're gonna pass in fml java mod loading context dot get mod event bus, and we can just copy and paste this down below and change mod blocks to mod items and then blocks to items. All right, so now we have our mod blocks class being registered with the event bus, and then we have mod items being registered with the event bus. And remember, very important, blocks have to be registered before items because some of the items and mod items actually reference stuff from blocks. So that's very important. Otherwise you will get an error. So yeah, so there you go. And this is going to be a lot better because as we add like entities to the game and tile entities and screens or GUIs, we'll be making separate registry classes here in our init package over time. So it'll be a lot more organized. And yeah, so I think that is pretty much it. So let's just run through this one more time. We've got our blocks class, which has all of our blocks in it. That's all fine, nothing changed there. Events class stayed the same, it's got all our events in it. We now have a new package called init that holds a mod blocks class and a mod items class, each holding items and then blocks, respectively, instead of our registry handler. So no more registry handler. Items stay the same. In util, we now have a new package called enums, and we've stored our mod armor material and our mod item tier in there. And I believe that's pretty much it. So yeah, now this is all a lot more organized, and to make sure that it's running well, we do want to run really quick. So I'm gonna run the game and we'll make sure everything is okay. All right, so we're inside of the game now, and let's just make sure in our creative inventory, yep, we have our custom tab and all of our items are there and they all work. I mean, you can test them if you want, but they all work pretty much exactly like they did before. So yeah, now we know that the mod is actually still working. All right, so that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks guys so much for watching. Hopefully this establishes a sort of like universal format with Turdy Wordy and some other modders. I know that this is not exactly the same package format he uses, but I think it's pretty close and it'll help the transition a lot for a lot of people. And overall, it's a lot cleaner in my opinion. So yeah, thanks guys for taking the time to sort of go through and reorganize everything with me. And I will see you in the next episode.